Nobody likes to think about planning for when we're gone or not able to care for ourselves anymore. But it is something you kind of have to do. There's all these different documents you're supposed to have, like wills and trusts and durable powers of attorney. What are they, and what should you have as an FRS Special Risk participant or retiree? It's called estate planning, and we do it for the people that we leave behind, to let them know what it is that we want done, where we want things to go, and who we want to get them. So it involves a few different kinds of documents to make a complete plan, and today we'll dive into what documents we've seen at North Star Financial Planners that our clients need. I should also point out that I'm not an attorney, and I'm not giving you specific legal advice in this video. Just information that we believe is good. You should definitely consult with a qualified attorney in this area about your specific situation. It all starts with a will. Your last will and testament outlines how you want your assets distributed after your death. It also includes naming an executor, or in Florida, we refer to this person as a personal representative, who carries it all out. Now, having your will, along with the other documents that we'll talk about, is really about control. You having control over what you want to have happen. With a will, you can distribute your assets any way you wish and set up guardians for any minor children. Your will can reflect your burial or your cremation instructions, and it allows your family the comfort of knowing they're taken care of after you're gone. Do you have to have a will? Absolutely not. But without it, you lose control of how your assets are distributed and who will receive them. You're leaving it up to the state and the intestate laws to determine who will inherit your property using family lineage and percentage formulas. You lose the choice in deciding whether or not to include or exclude relatives and how much beneficiaries receive from your estate. And if there's minor children involved, without a will, you're leaving their guardianship up to the state. They literally could end up in a foster home without you having a will stating what your preference is. Having a revocable trust kind of takes that idea about you having control in your will up a notch. When you establish your revocable trust and transfer assets into it, you're setting up a separate entity, attached to you while you're alive, but it lives on after you die. You don't lose any control over the assets in your trust while you're still alive, but after you're gone, the trust will govern those assets according to whatever your wishes were. Maybe there's someone who you want as one of the beneficiaries of your estate who's really not very good with money. So handing them a pile of cash all at once probably isn't a good idea. A trust can solve that by defining what the beneficiary can use the money for and when they can have it, or even just a small slice of it at a time. Or perhaps there's a beneficiary who has a special needs and is on SSI or Medicaid and receiving an inheritance. Even a small one would exclude them from any future benefits. Again, a trust can solve that. Another advantage a trust gives you is that the assets inside the trust avoid probate. Probate is the process of validating and administrating a will. When the executor of your will files the will in probate court, the court will review the will and is looking to establish the authenticity and the validity of it. It's a process and it takes time and it can get rather expensive and it can be challenged by anyone out there, so it's public record. So not only does a revocable trust avoid probate on those assets inside of it, but it also keeps your business away from the eyes of others. It's private. We could probably do a whole video just on the different reasons that we've seen clients set up revocable trusts, but it all boils down to them being able to better accomplish what it is they want to do with their estate than just having a will. It can also be a whole lot cleaner and easier to administer than a lengthy, expensive probate process. Remember how it's all about you having control? Just having a will and a revocable trust isn't enough. Supplemental documents complete the picture because they control what happens while you're still alive. And the most common supplemental documents we see are a durable power of attorney, a designation of healthcare surrogate, a HIPAA release authorization, and a living will. A durable power of attorney is a form that allows someone you appoint to manage your financial affairs, either immediately or sometime in the future should you become mentally or physically incapable of doing it yourself. It helps you plan for medical emergencies or maybe declining mental functioning. Having a durable power of attorney really helps eliminate confusion when a family member needs to step in to handle the finances. Now, somewhat similar to a durable power of attorney is a designation of healthcare surrogate, and that this document allows a person you designate to make medical decisions on your behalf. Got someone in the family or a friend that's good with doctors and health issues? Might want to consider naming them to be your healthcare surrogate, but talk to them first. With a HIPAA release, you'll name one or more persons who will be able to have access to all of your medical information. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, way back in 1996, requires healthcare providers to be very careful how they release healthcare information. All healthcare providers are required to make reasonable efforts to limit the release of protected health information to the minimum number of people necessary to accomplish the intended purpose of the particular disclosure or request for disclosure. Having this form could be quite valuable if a family member is in the hospital and you want to know what's going on. And finally, a living will allows you to state whether you want your life to be artificially prolonged or whether you prefer to be allowed to die naturally. Without this document, you must be kept alive artificially, no matter what your true wishes are or how much it dips into your family's finances. After more than 24 years of helping clients achieve their most important goals here at North Star, the one thing that we've learned without a shadow of doubt is that when it comes to estate planning, the number one obstacle is procrastination, just getting it done. We've learned that it's essential to work with an experienced estate planning attorney to ensure that these documents are drafted properly and reflect your wishes accurately. Additionally, periodically reviewing these documents to account for any changes in your circumstances or the law is equally important. We're here to help. We have relationships with quite a few outstanding estate planning attorneys that we can refer you to, depending on what your needs are and how complex your situation might be. I hope you found this helpful. If you want to talk more, feel free to give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.